A man digs with his bare hands into the mud of a drainage ditch behind a wealthy man's bungalow in Noida, India. He is not a police officer. He is a father. He has been looking for his daughter for 2 years. The police told him she probably ran away. They filed a missing persons report and did nothing else. But today, December 29th, 2006, this father and another parent just like him dig through the filth behind House D5 in Sector 31, and they find a human skull, then another, then clothing, then bones packed into gunny bags. Within hours, the street fills with hundreds of residents, all demanding answers, all carrying photographs of children who vanished and never came home. Noida, India's satellite city bordering Delhi, sits at the edge of the national capital region, a place of gleaming new construction, corporate offices, and extreme inequality. Just beside the wealth runs Nithari village, a dense slum where low-income families lived in tight quarters, their children playing in narrow lanes, walking to school alone, running small errands within walking distance of home. Between February 2005 and late 2006, children began disappearing from these lanes. A 10-year-old girl left home to get a piece of fabric stitched at a tailor 300 meters away. She never returned. A young woman known only as Pale went missing. Then more children followed. Parents went to the police station repeatedly. Officers dismissed them. One senior officer suggested the missing were adults who had simply left home after family arguments. No serious investigation was launched for nearly 2 years. The house at the center of it all, D5, belonged to Moninder Singh Pandher, a businessman who purchased the duplex in early 2004. He hired a domestic servant named Surinder Koli that same year. Pandher traveled frequently between Noida and Chandigarh, often absent for extended periods. Koli lived on the property full-time. When parents approached the house directly and confronted Koli about their missing children, police still declined to register criminal cases. It took a local court order to force the police to even file a first information report. The case only broke open because 2 fathers refused to stop pushing. That December morning, with former Resident Welfare Association President S.C. Mishra beside them, they searched the drain themselves. What they found forced the police to act. Koli was arrested on December 29th. Pandher was brought in the same day. Within hours of Koli's initial confession, police began excavating the surrounding land and drain areas. They recovered 15 skulls along with bones, clothing, and personal belongings. Within days, 5 police officers were suspended for failing to act on years of missing children reports. The CBI took over the investigation on January 10, 2007. In a recorded statement to a judicial magistrate in March 2007, Koli confessed to luring children and women into the house, sexually assaulting them, strangling them, dismembering their bodies, and consuming parts of them. Forensic experts noted the body parts had been cut with what they described as butcher-like precision. The CBI's case theory held that Pandher hosted sex workers at D5, and that witnessing this drove Koli to act out his compulsions on vulnerable children from the nearby slum. 19 cases were registered against both men. By 2017, trial courts had sentenced Koli to death in 13 of them, but the evidence beneath the convictions was deeply troubling. Koli later alleged his confessions were extracted through torture, fingernails pulled, electric shocks administered, after 60 days in custody without legal representation. Courts noted that the locations where remains were found had already been identified publicly before Koli supposedly led investigators there, making those so-called recoveries legally invalid. No blood and no human tissue were ever found inside the house itself. 11 of the 19 recovered bodies could not be matched to any of the families whose children had gone missing. Their DNA simply did not match. 3 additional victims went entirely unaccounted for, even within Koli's own confession. The Allahabad High Court, while acquitting both men across all remaining cases in October 2023, noted something striking. Investigators had never seriously pursued the possibility of an organized organ trafficking operation, despite a neighbor of Pandher's having previously been investigated for running a kidney racket. The court called the probe botched, and the evidence collection is casual and careless. Pandher walked out of prison that same month. In November 2025, the Supreme Court of India acquitted Koli in the final case still pending against him, calling it a miscarriage of justice and ordered his immediate release. Surinder Koli walked out of Luxor District Jail in Greater Noida on November 12, 2025, A free man after nearly 2 decades behind bars. No one has been convicted. No one is serving time. The murders of at least 19 people, most of them children from one of India's poorest communities, remain officially unsolved. The mothers and fathers who dug through that drain with their own hands are still waiting. And the question the courts never answered remains, if not them, then who?